beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So last episode, ow, hit my finger on my desk. Last episode was really, jam-packed actually. We learned the truth about our mother. Our relationship with Klaude is getting closer, and Garland seems to be hitting it off with, Jurian? Is that their name? Is that her name? I don't know. Oop, didn't mean to do that. I wasn't expecting it to be. Claude stares at me for a long time before finally letting out a heavy sigh. Fine, I'll train you. You won't learn in a day, but I can teach you the essentials. You can use one of the knight's training swords. Thank you. Music to my ears. Meet me in the clearing in 10 minutes. 10 minutes? What? Said you wanted to train, so we will. Don't expect me to go easy on you. Well, aren't you tired? He looked exhausted when he came in, and now he wants to train? Already trying to get out of training? I am not. Claude shakes his head, but he is smiling. I'll see you there in a few minutes, love. Oh, so cute, love. Moonlight spills through the leaves, illuminating the forest with a gentle light. Long minutes pass, and as I stand in the clearing, I begin to feel restless. It isn't like Claude to be late, tending to his injury. I hear a rustling in the leaves and turn immediately to see what the disturbance is. The minute I do, I am pulled back by a strong force and my world goes dark. Before I can scream, I hear a gentle voice in my ears. Lesson 1, Michiko. When apprehended by an enemy that you can't see, remain calm and use your 5 senses to judge how best to get the upper hand. His voice is coming from right behind me. Oh, hello. He's so cute. Well, I became aware that this is the closest he's ever been to me, with my back pressed to his chest like this. Panicking disorients the mind. That is why you must remain cool under any circumstances. How could I not panic? Any normal person would panic. Still, I try to force myself to be calm. Lesson 2. Enemies will often let down their guards when they think they have the upper hand. Catch your opponent off guard by remaining calm and locating this weakness with your senses. I try to calm myself as Claude instructs, and I feel it is a bit easier, but only because I know it's Claude. An opening. I move as quickly as I can, stepping forward so I can swing an elbow back at Claude's stomach. Before that happens, Claude has pulled me back to him, closing whatever distance I have between us. In the process, he moves his hand from my eyes to my mouth. I can once again see the forest, but my words are muffled beneath his hand. Another thing to remember, you won't always be able to catch your enemy off guard by throwing punches or hits at them. Your opponent will usually always be stronger than you, Michiko. Remember what I said about a weakness. Okay. Enemies will often let their guards down when they believe they are winning. Just like I have. An opening? A thought occurs to me as I glance around me and then down at Harma's bandaged hands. Harma's bandaged hand is over to my mouth. Is this an opportunity or a trick? What will you do? Topple him or bite his hand? Oh, biting his hand would be rude. Topple him. Yes, his hand is clear. It's a clear opening, but I cannot damage his hand any further. I'll try to shift my weight against him if I take him by surprise. I push back against him as suddenly as I possibly can. Claude makes a sound, maybe of disapproval, and does not budge. I change tactics, stepping on his foot instead, but he only shifts his stance. Before I can think of what to try next, Claude moves and I am suddenly pinned on the ground. Karma 1, Michiko 0. Shit. I didn't want to bite his hand. My baby's hand. Fine. I'm going to feel terrible about this, but I have to try. Try to shift my head to get enough space to bite down, and even Claude cannot hold me completely still as I squirm. Eventually, the hand over my mouth moves just enough for me to open my mouth, but I falter. I cannot bite the hand that I injured. Unable to do anything else, I mutely shake my head and I hear Claude groan. In one swift motion, he pushes me down to the ground, pinning my hands by my head as he frowns at me. You're not even going to try to find an opening? I glare at him. I'm not going to bite your hand. Bite my hand? I didn't even think of that. But you made it obvious. You put your hand over my mouth. I meant for you to try moving my hand. Pushing back a person's thumb usually causes their grip to loosen. How am I supposed to know that? Experience is the best means of practice, as they say. I have a complaint about that particular lesson, but I withhold it. That was a pretty good attempt, love, but not good enough, I'm afraid. I wasn't expecting you to come at me like that. I was expecting sword practice. You weren't expecting a man to kidnap you in the alleyway, were you? I glare up at him, unable to say anything because he is right. You're oddly quiet. It is hard to find an opening to hurt you when you're not really my enemy. He does not move, but continues to stare at me. His face is close to mine. Close enough to what exactly? Michiko, do you trust me to protect you? That's not the point. I need to be able to protect myself. Because you're planning on investigating the witches on your own. No, I want to be able to protect myself because I do not want you getting hurt protecting me. Klaude leans down and I can feel his hair at my cheek. For a few moments, everything slows to a stop, and all I can hear is my heartbeat and his slow breathing. Once you set your mind to something, you don't let go, do you? Klaude pulls away from me before I can respond, and he's standing again, offering me a hand. Let's get started with some sword work then. The pleasant smile is back on his face. I can never tell what he's thinking at times like these. What are you really like? Oh! Thorny Rose. Sweet. More about him, right? When I returned to the march room later that night, my hands are scratched and I think I might have bruises on my arms. Klaude was not joking when he said he would not go easy on me, but he did compliment me more than once. Michiko, I've hit you quite a few times. You haven't uttered a single complaint. Impressive. Crying is for the weak. Then I guess I'm the weak. Though everyone should be sleeping, I notice that the light is still on at the tavern. I see Jurian and Garland up at the table and speaking with each other and laughing. If Klaude had come back with me, he would be happy to see this. You two are still up. They're not even surprised when they turn to face me. The days like this are even better when stretched. I haven't been off duty in a long time. Did you both have a good time tonight? It was great. Garland knows these little places in town that I've never even heard of before. I noticed that Jurian is more energetic than her usual. Her smile a little wider than normal. I wonder if she's drunk. We're not even gonna be like, I wonder if she's really happy. No. Is she drunk? I'm going to get another drink. Another drink? Garland leans in towards me, his voice hushed. We already bought a replacement bottle when we were out today. We would never take anything from the marchand without money. Right, is Jurian drunk? Oh no, princess. Tipsy. It's like a buzz. Fades a lot quicker. Oh. Garland and I watch Jurian as she refills her glass at the bar. I have to thank you, princess. I would never have asked her out if you and Karma hadn't insisted on it. So you told her? Nah. Garland looks at me with a pleased smile. I'll take that as a yes. She didn't really realize until much later. I just asked her out for food and she thought that's all it was. Maybe Jurian really did need to be told bluntly. What happened? I told her? And? We talked and remembered old times. Sounds like an old man. And I held her hand. I noticed Garland flinch ever so slightly, but he is smiling. He looks pleased with himself. And the night's not over yet, so... Okay, I'm leaving now. Bye, Garland. He trails off with a hopeful smile before he raises his eyebrow at me. What about you and Karma? What about us? I've asked him to train me. Train? Princess, you asked him to teach you how to use a sword? What's this? Our princess is going to pick up a sword? Jurian returns to the table, but I'm too tired to properly join in the conversation. I should leave them to their conversation and head to bed. I need to get some rest if I want to start practicing at night. I excuse myself to head upstairs. At least they're having good a time. Oh, what happened? I'm startled awake by an excruciatingly bright light. Oh, I thought I got hurt or something. It is momentary, and when it's over, I am sitting in my bed, dazed and confused. My eyes burn. My hand flies to the pendant around my neck, where I see the second glass slipper with another piece. What? What? There's another piece! But when did I do another good deed? I grasp the necklace tightly in my hand as I make my way to the tavern. Is it because of the two? Everyone is doing their pre-morning chores when I get to the tavern area. I notice Karma glaring off into space, and then not far from him, 2 knights. They haven't been up all night, have they? I make my way slowly over to them. Even back then, you were like some kind of shadow, weren't you? You don't have to hide it. It was obvious you were trailing me back then. It was only because I was worried about you. I realized you really didn't have to follow me, Lan, but I'm glad you did. Lan. Jurian. Oh, shush, Fritz. Oh, shush! Fritz used to call you that too. Lan is Garland's childhood nickname. He still gets embarrassed when I call him that. See, so what are you two talking about? Oh, we were just reminiscing. I look at the two of them critically for a few moments, waiting for them to say something. They both exchange a glance before looking at me, confused. Well? Well, what? How did your date go last night? Carla makes a sound and turns beet red. Jurian's eyebrows quirk, and then she laughs. Oh, that! It went well. So on the fact that you can see that the two of us are still very much enjoying each other's company. Jurian is usually busy with her taking her rounds around the marchen with a scowl on her face. She looks happier here, being here with Garland, more relaxed. You might even say that we're dating. I knew it. That was the second piece, wasn't it? Isn't it funny how red he gets, Princess? You were blushing just as much yesterday when I... One more word, Lan, and I swear I'll punch you. The two of them are both blushing now, and the scene is oddly comical. Who knew that the two great knights of Order of Caldera could be so easily undone? Oh, that could go kind of different. Okay, I'll stop. Both of you are amusing to watch. The two of them stare at me suddenly solemn-faced. I suddenly remember that one conversation the knights all had at the castle. They were talking about how they all had personal reasons for being knights, despite the fact that they all served the king. I had always thought Jurian and Garland were stoic and honorable, that their only reason for becoming knights was a sense of justice. Seeing them here, though, without that stoic facade, they feel more like people. My curiosity is piqued. Do you mind if I ask what your reasons were for becoming knights? Oh, my father was a knight. He put his life on the line for his kingdom. Jurian's father was a living legend in his own right, and he had the medals to back it up. My father wasn't around a lot, but I always admired him. Judging by the look on Jurian's face, it is clear to me that she really loves her father. My mother died when I was young, and because my father couldn't be around all the time to take care of me, I ended up practically living with Lan and his family. Oh, that's so cute! Lan always got annoyed when I called him my brother. Oh, of course. Now I know why! Jurian wanted to follow in her father's footsteps. And why did you join the Knights, Garland? Because he wanted to watch over me. I never knew you blushed so easily, Garland. Garland seems to blush even harder at that, and Jurian's laughter becomes infectious. I feel amusement begin to bubble up as I watch the two of them, but a cold voice cuts through the laughter and the atmosphere like a hot blade through ice. Can you keep it down over there? I turn and see that Klaude's eyes, normally so warm or cold, his usual smile is gone, replaced with a deep scowl. Oh, we're sorry. He's still glaring at the two of them. Oh, I can tell him about the necklace. Karma, I got another piece to my necklace, another good deed. Klaude turns his gaze to me, but the frown doesn't disappear. That's nice, darling. His voice is calm but flat and lacks any enthusiasm. That felt lackluster and oddly disappointing. A good deed. Congratulations, Princess. You're close to breaking your curse. What did you get the good deed for? I am not sure exactly, actually. Maybe it was for helping Lan confess. I hear you and Karma went out of your way to help make it happen. That happened yesterday, though. Maybe the magic was waiting to see what became of Garland and I. Klaude makes a dismissive hand gesture from his table, frowning. If you two insist on being so affectionate, you should get a room. Affectionate? Jurian's smile has faded away into a dangerous scowl. Where Garland looks confused, Jurian looks notably irritated. The shadow is still there on his face. Does not look okay at all. Comfort him or scold him? Well, last time we scolded him. Should we comfort him? Scold him again? What's going on? I don't know. This game is tricking me. Maybe... Scold him. It doesn't matter if something's bothering him. It isn't like him to be so rude. Irritation is no excuse for rudeness. Fine, I apologize. Happy? He looks at me for a few moments, his expression twisted into a defiant scowl, but it doesn't hold long. Moments later, his expression softens and he looks away, almost in shame. Sorry. His apology sounds real. Still, why do I feel so disappointed? Yeah, what's wrong with him? At least we got that correct. Silence descends for a few moments before Klaude abruptly stands up from his table. Excuse me. Klaude turns briskly and heads upstairs, leaving me with the two knights. I wonder what's wrong with him. You think we've been running him too thin because of practice? I don't think it's you two. I get the feeling that Klaude holds himself back from saying what he means sometimes. Sometimes he acts strange, distant. And recently he is getting more and more moody. Princess. I look over at Niece, who is smiling apologetically. Sorry to interrupt, but Mr. Broom is getting kind of restless. Time to sweep, I suppose. Well, maybe cleaning will help get my mind off of things. The rest of the day goes by slowly. I am stuck cleaning most of the day and then serving later. At one point, I speak with Laura about the knights that had attempted to kidnap me, and she tells me that she and Parfait are meeting later tonight. Oh, later to discuss their suspicions. I still do not understand what their suspicions are, when a Sir Alcaster cannot possibly know who I am. My hands are sore by the end of the night, but I still feel like I can practice with the sword. I notice that both Jurian and Garland look restless too. Garland eventually leaves for patrol while Jurian remains at a table, looking deep in thought. I do not want to bother her, so I decide to try and find Klaude. I go to his room, but find that the door is locked. Karma? Are we training tonight? No answer. My heart sinks. Is he not speaking to me? Did I do something wrong? Is it because we're getting a step closer to our curse breaking and he's not? For days, Klaude stayed in his room, only leaving when he had to be on patrol. A few times I saw Parfait go into his room, but she refuses to talk about what is bothering him. I feel so useless. When Klaude did appear in the tavern or out in town, he still had that terrible grimace on his face. Look, I really don't want to talk right now. If you're so frustrated with me, why not just ignore me? No, I'm not going to the train tonight. I'm not in the right state of mind. I don't want to talk about it. Just leave me alone. Please. Damn. I'm really beginning to worry about him. Today I am in town running errands with Watts for Parfait. It has been almost a week since Klaude started acting so strangely, so I thought I needed to do something for him. I know he likes dresses, and he told me once he likes roses, but can I really find something that will cheer him up? Perhaps he will like some jewelry. Watts, do you remember where that jewelry store Karma likes? I don't go there out very often, so unfortunately, no. Princess, is this a good deed? What you're doing right now, did you think it would be a good deed? Good deeds need to be selfless, right? Generally, yes. I doubt this will count as selfless. I'm doing this to cheer Karma up. That sounds pretty selfless, but it's also so he goes back to teaching me how to fight instead of sulking in his room. I've heard that Karma has been teaching you how to use a sword. Why do you want to learn how to fight? Because I want to be able to protect myself, and it's not like I can use magic. At least sword fighting gives me an advantage. I'm sorry, Princess. I wish I could teach you magic, but it doesn't work when you're under a curse. But on your 18th birthday, when you become the Tenebrarian Barrier, you'll be able to use magic. I'll instruct you if you want me to. That would be nice. Though that does not solve my current problem. It would cheer Klaude up. Watts starts struggling beside me, and I turn to look at him confused. Karma is important to you, isn't he? He's my partner, and he's helped me. He has also been patient with me and smiled even when I've said some really inconsiderate things to him. I'm glad, Princess, that he's your friend. My friend. That does not feel like a friend. He feels like something else. Oh, Princess, is this the one you were searching for? Watts points to a peddler sporting different kinds of jewelry, and I instantly make my way towards it. There are all kinds of glittering things displayed, and for a few moments I feel myself drawn to everything. Then I notice the price tags. I barely have any money left from when the king gave me that pouch. I cannot afford any of this. Maybe we should do our errands first and then look for a gift. Maybe we'll find something as we look through the stores. But if I don't get Klaude's gift today, I may not be able to give it to him tonight. Princess? I want to give him his gift first. Let me do that. I know the errands are important, but I really need to find Klaude a gift. Is it wrong to put him first? I should be able to find him something soon. Do you have something else in mind for him? No, but it shouldn't take too long to find him something. I'll follow your lead then, Princess. Two of us walk around town for at least an hour searching for gifts, but nothing stands out to me. I slowly feel myself becoming frustrated, knowing that I have wasted so much time. And we haven't even done the errands yet. Maybe Watts was right. We should have done the errands first. I've wasted a lot of time, haven't I? We're fine, Princess. It would just take us a little longer to get back to the marchand. Spend a few more hours gathering the supplies needed for the tavern, and only then do we start looking again for Klaude's gift. Princess, I can hold more of those bags for you. It's fine, I am used to carrying lots of bags. Does Karma make you carry them around? Princess, you should really tell him off. He does a lot of other things for me, but next time I think I will. As long as he gets out of his room sometime soon, I really hope he does. Hey, Princess! But now the problem is finding something that he'll like. What is Klaude like? Princess! There's no reason for you to shout. Yeah, I don't think that was the right choice. Yes. Run the errands first? Waltz has a good point. We might find something while we do the errands, and then we can get them out of the way. Besides, it is not right for me to put Klaude above everyone else. Oh, he wanted that? Man, you're all confusing me. Waltz shakes his head at me, but he's smiling. Let me offer you a deal. What are we playing now? A deal? If you help me set up one of my puppet shows, I'll pay you. You earn money from your puppet shows? I get tipped, so what do you say? I won't go easy on you, though. Yes, I'll help you. Why do you seem so surprised? I was just thinking that everyone's right. You've really changed, Princess. Maybe having Karma as a partner really was a good idea. Being partners with Klaude may have changed me for the better, but I doubt I have done the same for him. I'm sure Karma would be very happy that you were buying him a gift. Receiving gifts from admirers isn't the same as you getting him something. He receives gifts from admirers? For a few moments I think about the woman who chased us in town a few weeks ago, and I feel a little unpleasant stab in my heart. Small things. A man will treat him to a dessert every so often. I saw a lot of it when we did errands together. I always make Karma accept those gifts without killing the man. Killing the man? It's dramatic, but sounds like Karma. He punched Rumple when he asked him to marry him. Joke or not, Karma wears his disguise to be convincing, but then gets angry when people fall for it. He is still very much a child. You know how he is. He doesn't like being flirted with. Watts, do you know anything else about Karma's curse? His curse? He never really talks about it. One may be even more stubborn than me if he is not letting anyone help him with his curse. Waltz and I continue our search for a gift. Waltz tells me that I can look for something a bit more expensive and that he'll just put me to work on another day by helping him with his puppets. I return to the jewelry peddler we found earlier. Hello, madam. Sir, what can I help you with today? Do you have any sort of rose-shaped jewelry here? Mary refers to me to a box full of many different rose-shaped earrings. Then shows me necklaces and I realize belatedly that it's as if I am searching for something for Miss Karma, not Klaude. My eyes scan the glass, nearly in defeat, before a little rose catches my attention in the back of the display window. It has a chain connected to it, but it doesn't seem long enough to be a necklace. What's that one? That's our simple rose pendant, ma'am. It comes with a chain, but it can also be pinned on the chest. The man takes it out of the display case so I can look at it. Ooh, pretty! This is fancy, but not completely flashy. I feel a little click as I press my finger to the pendant, and I realize that it can also open. Oh, yes, you can also put something small inside of it. This is perfect. What are we going to put inside? I look at the price tag, and after making sure... Oh, can we put our necklace in that? After making sure that it's not too expensive, I pay the shopkeeper. Waltz pays him the additional fee, and then we walk back toward the merchant together. Can we put my Cinderella thing in there? That would be so cute. When we return to the merchant, I go to my room to tuck the locket into a drawer before I head to the tavern to finish the rest of my chores. Just as I expected, Klaude is not downstairs today either. Tyrion and Garland have taken to training with each other, though they seem agitated that Klaude is not helping them. At the end of the day, I hurry to my room where I write a few words on the piece of paper that I put into the locket. A normal rose would have withered, so I offer this one instead, in heartfelt thanks. Oh, it's kind of cute too. I hold the locket tightly in my hand and start toward Claude's room. Why is my heart beating so fast? I'm just giving him a gift. I pause at Claude's door, remembering the last time I entered his room. I'm sure it's okay if I just go in. It's not there, right? I open up the door to Claude's room, which is thankfully not locked, and step inside. Claude is sitting motionlessly in front of his mirror, shoulders slumped as he stares at his reflection. He's shirtless, and there is that tattoo. It seems different. Claude does not notice me at first. I notice that his hand goes to the tattoo over his chest, and then I hear him heave a heavy sigh. Slowly I close the door behind me. It clicks, and that is when he suddenly turns to look at me. At first, there's just shock on his face, and then suddenly anger. Again, why do you do this again, Michiko? Came to give you something! I tightly grip the locket in my hands as I stare at him. This was so important, so very essential that you once again missed knocking on my door for a simple delivery. His voice slices through my heart. I wanted it to be a surprise. I'm not in the mood for a surprise, princess. He really does feel like the beast. Oh, he's kind of... Ooh. That's a really beautiful sight. In no time at all, Klaude is suddenly right in front of me, his hand outstretched on either side of me, pinning me to the wall against the door. Hello? Yeah, hold on. Hold on. I don't think I chose the right choice. Came to speak with you? Is that correct? I came to give him something, but I also want to speak with him. I haven't seen Klaude in a while. Why? Because you've been doing everything by yourself lately. Came to complain. No, I wanted to check on you. Okay, that was the right choice. I was gonna pick that, but I was like, Princess, can you not read the mood? You could have at the very least knocked. Nah, fam. He is so cute. In no time. Okay, I already read that. His face is so close, his expression is so fierce, that I cannot even bring myself to think of a way out. The only thing I can do is stare at him levelly, without getting angry, without crying. I will not show any weakness. Why? Why aren't you struggling or screaming at me? That's what the Michiko I know would do. Then you do not know me as much as you think you do. And you know nothing about me. I already have a retort prepared when I stop, realizing that he is right. I barely know anything about him. No, I don't, but I'd like to. Why do you insist on poking your nose into others' business? We're partners. That's the only reason it has to be. I'm supposed to help you, so why do you keep secrets from me? Help me? His lips quirk, but his smile is sardonic. Klaude, I want to help you. In the silence that descends between us, I find that I cannot help but look at Klaude's tattoo. The thorns twirling around the rose. It is beautiful, but it also seems lethal. When I glance at Klaude again, he looks crestfallen, his eyes glittering like he might be on the verge of tears. Secrets are secrets for a reason, Princess. You should know that. If I could speak about them, I would, but I can't, and you are bursting into my room without any notice only makes it harder. Harder? For what? Princess, you can't imagine what this all feels like. What is he talking about? And that woman, I thought we were meant to be. She was so lovely, her smile as bright as the sun. Oh, yo, you're talking about another girl when I'm over here? Hello? Klaude's eyes are far away. That's why I never again. Then you ruined everything, Michiko. You cut me down like... Oh, ho, ho. I pushed my hands against Klaude's chest, catching him off guard and forcing him to stumble back. I cannot take any of this. If I've ruined everything, then I'll just leave. You can have all the time in the world to yourself then. The locket I bought for him burns in my hand. I end up throwing it at his feet. Michiko, wait! Nope. I ignore him as I run from the room. Oh, I want to cry for her. When I return to my room and lock my door, I feel too hollow inside for tears. It hurts to breathe when I think of Klaude. I eventually manage to fall asleep, but only have snatches of restless dreams when my eyes finally close. Too much. Mother, are you and Father in true love, like the fairy tales? I thought I forbade you to speak of fairy tales. Have you been reading them? No, Mother. I overheard someone in the palace talking about them today. And I shall have to find that person to make sure they know what an appropriate topic of conversation in the palace is. But Mother, the true love of fairy tales sounds so nice. Do you think I could fall in true love with a prince? Dearest one, true love like that does not exist. But the love between a mother and her child is the truest kind. It cannot be replicated by anything else. All the other kinds of love is an illusion. My love is all you will ever need. Do you understand me, my heart? Yes, Mother. No, Mother. I will disobey. The Lost Prince. Oh. Keep your stance straight, Princess. Jurian gives me the warning, but too late on purpose. I can see the smile on her face as she effortlessly slides past my defenses and taps me on the shoulder with her wooden sword. I got you! Again. For the last few days I have been practicing with Jurian and Garland, because Klaude still hasn't come out of his room. The knights offered to train me, and right now they are teaching me about ways to hold a sword. This is slow, but Klaude did tell me I wouldn't be able to master the sword so quickly. Klaude. He made me so angry that one day that I could not even properly give him my gift. Yet I still feel sad that he's not here teaching me himself. Come on, Princess, focus! I drawn out my reverie and nodded at Jurian. Okay, sheesh. I ready myself for the next strike and once again get tapped, this time on the hip. Garland takes over after Jurian and then we do rounds where I try to hit them with certain strikes. They're both good at teaching, but it does not feel the same as Claude's instruction. His lessons seem less like they were out of a book. Don't worry, Princess, it always starts out slow. It was just as slow at training, but look at him now. Garland whips his head around in Jurian's direction, his face turning deep red. Jurian, that nickname. Oh, you're so much fun to tease, Lan. She beams at him and then laughs at his embarrassed face. Our practice goes on for a few more minutes before the knights tell me to wrap up for the night. I think I'm going to stay out here for a bit. Princess, you know it's dangerous out here at night. If I don't return in 10 minutes, you can come back and check on me. Jiren seems unconvinced, but she eventually nods. But this is where we are actually going to stop anyway. Can I get to... Yeah, I can get to the third page. Woo! I have no idea what's going on with Klaude, but I'm pretty sure, I definitely feel like he does have the Beast, Beauty and the Beast fairy tale because of the thorn roses and everything, and he's looking at himself in the mirror. I feel like that happened in Beauty and the Beast. That fairy tale, I think it's probably one of my close favorites as well, compared to Snow White. Snow White's my all-time favorite princess, and then it's probably Belle. I would say Mulan would be my all-time favorite, but she isn't a princess. She's more of like a graceful, badass daughter. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.